Video games can be a hit or miss sometimes. Game publishers invest millions of dollars and several years of hard work into the development of a video game just to see it bite the dust. Concord is a very good example of this, $500 million, and I doubt any hard work was put into this thing. Year after year, we're getting average and below average games. Most of them are developed by AAA studios. Makes me wonder if there is some money laundering going on in this industry. Or maybe there always has, and I just didn't realize. Every year we do get one or two great games, but they're not enough to get us through the whole year. We get Game of the Year every year, but we never get a year of the games, if you know what I mean. That's why every once in a decade, a year comes where the stars align and we get games that are all worthy of Game of the Year award in a single year. Take 2018 for example, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Detroit Become Human. I mean, such a fantastic year for gaming, though I still think RDR2 should have won Game of the Year, but that's besides the point. So 2018 was that year in the last decade, and I strongly believe 2026 will be that year in this decade. Just look at the roster of games that are set to release next year. And let's address the elephant in the room. Grand Theft Auto 6. This game takes the spotlight, the big dog that we're all waiting for. Honestly, I don't know about you, but I am struggling. I have been playing GTA 5 constantly. Rockstar better release this game on May 26, 2026 as they have promised. On the other hand, I want them to take their time. I don't want to see another Cyberpunk 2077. Imagine Rockstar looks at those sweet 8 million pre-orders and just releases an unfinished GTA 6. Luckily, you can only imagine because it's not going to happen. I mean, it's Rockstar we're talking about, guys. They're notorious for their long development cycles. GTA 5 came out in 2013 and now hopefully we will get to play GTA 6 in 2026. But that's a 13-year gap. It's unacceptable for any game sequel, even if it is GTA 6. I mean, they did release Red Dead 2 during this time, but don't tell me Rockstar can't have their teams working on two different games at the same time. It's Rockstar, for God's sakes. You don't have to make one at a time. People expect much more from you. And speaking of expectations, I have seen so many people saying GTA 6 will be better than RDR2 or will have much more detail. And sorry to burst your bubble. Yes, GTA 6 will be graphically superior, but not in terms of details. That is not going to happen. And let me explain why. It's not because Rockstar isn't capable of making another RDR2, but because GTA 6 is simply not that type of game. Grand Theft Autos are set in open world made for mindless fun, with a light-hearted story to go with. That's what they are and always have been. And a company like Rockstar, who has made these two separate franchises for years, now will suddenly change that? No. As sad as it is, but no. Let me explain. A video game company is not going to suddenly change their ways of development or certain procedures that they developed over the years for making video games. You can take any game recently released by a company and compare it to their previous entries. You will find a ton of similarities between the newest and older games. For example, Assassin's Creed franchise. These games have entirely changed since the first game, but still retain some core mechanics like an open world, hand-to-hand combat, parkour, and much more. If you think Ubisoft is not a good example, then take the GTA franchise or Red Dead Redemption. Each game shares DNA with the previous game. So my point is, if you're going to look at an upcoming release, then all you have to do is play the previous entry. And if you look well enough, then you can easily predict what their next game is going to look like. If this is not convincing enough for you, then look at God of War. The newer games feel entirely different, but in my opinion, God of War 2018 is not that different than God of War 2 or 3. Because both games are linear story-driven action-adventure games, not open-world, both hack and slash. Their map design is basically a smaller area connected to a larger area via paths ridden with puzzles. They're literally the same games. So this is what I have been trying to tell people when they say GTA 6 will be better than RDR2. Like, they're completely different games. While Red Dead Redemption is a story about outlaws in the 1800s, its world requires a certain amount of detail and a damn good story story to go with it. On the other hand, Grand Theft Auto is a modern open world game which is designed to have mindless fun. Kill as many NPC as you like. No honor system needed here. You can go on long killing streaks and nobody cares. GTA does not require a serious or mature story for its world. That's not what people play these games for. So I don't expect RDR 3. More realistically, it will be like Fast and Furious 8 set in an advanced open world. Now, Rockstar may change things up this time, but these points are still valid. But let's not abandon the hype train behind this game. I am on that train with you. 2026 cannot come soon enough. Being year of the games, 2026 also has some other gifts for us, like Crimson Desert. I personally feel like this game is not getting enough hype or anticipation. It has some hype, but I think people are sleeping on this one. This game will surprise many folks. Now, at first glance, it doesn't look like much. A nice open world, good graphics, great combat, and it takes inspiration from a bunch of games. Red Dead Redemption, The Witcher, Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy, but if you look closer, nothing looks out of place. They have genuinely made something special here. And have you noticed lately, so many other games have started to just copy and paste exact same concept and art style from Western games. Even gameplay mechanics in some cases. I wouldn't even call this taking inspiration. I would just call it what it is. Shameless copy of art design, creature design. They named it Light of Modiram. Why not just call it Horizon Zero Creativity? Because that's what it is. A shameless copy. Ananta also does this, stealing mechanics from Spider-Man, Final Fantasy. Now they released a trailer which has so many things similar to GTA 6 trailers. This game is also set to release in 2026. Hope it delivers. Aside from copied mechanics, it actually looks nice. But we have to address this. These two developers are both Chinese. Like, what the fuck is going on over there in China? You made Wukong. Stick to that. Something original. Maybe they thought they can copy these games just like they make cheap copies of everything, even watches. Like, you guys can clearly come up with original concepts, so make those, don't copy others. And coming back to the topic at hand, Crimson Desert. Pearl Abyss announced this game in 2019. Since then, they have shown a bunch of gameplay videos, some as long as 52 minutes. They're definitely confident in their game and it shows. Ubisoft would ask for pre-orders after just releasing a CGI cinematic trailer. These guys are showing full-length gameplay. That was my takeaway from those videos. I don't know about you guys. I have always wanted a game like this with these graphics, if you know what I mean. I'm not a big fan of anime-style graphics. And correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've heard, this game will be online, like all the time. I'm not sure if I like that, but from gameplay's perspective, this thing is packing. Huge draw distances, flying ability, great combat. Pearl Abyss released videos of these boss fights that I'm digging. Looks neat. Can't find much to criticize, aside from those obnoxiously loud footsteps. They must turn these down a bit. So annoying. Aside from that, Crimson Desert looks like a great time, and again, if my prophecy is correct, it will deliver. I don't know if you heard, but Insomniac, the company who made newer Spider-Man games, had their valuable data stolen in November 2023. Not just a small amount of data, but 1.67 terabytes. Most of the data, including level design, character materials, and undisclosed details, hinted towards the next project that Insomniac was working on. It was Marvel's Wolverine. It's just sad that this came as a surprise from some Brazilian hackers instead of Insomniac. But at the time I'm recording this, Insomniac has released their first trailer for this game. Before, they had only released a teaser, but this time we got to see so much more about this game. Now, there is not much information online about this game, but so far from what I've heard, Marvel's Wolverine is going to be an open world action adventure game with release date hinted towards late 2026. That's enough to get me hyped up. And the fact that Insomniac is the one who developed this thing, I don't have to worry about if they will be able to deliver or not, because Insomniac knocked it out of the park with the Spider-Man games. I don't doubt their ability, and that's also the reason why Marvel gave them another contract for a fan favorite character. Just another example why 2026 is going to be awesome. Since the release of Resident Evil 7, Capcom has been on fire. From new releases to quality remakes, they have been making games like never before. Nothing speaks of fan service quite like Capcom these days. They remade Resident Evil 4 and somehow made it awesome again. And Capcom is not done just yet. They announced a new Resident Evil game titled Resident Evil Requiem. Its main protagonist is Grace Ashcroft. Does that name ring a bell? It should. She is daughter of Eliza Ashcroft from Resident Evil Outbreak. Grace is supposed to be an FBI agent who is investigating some mysterious deaths which lead her back to Raccoon City. Yes, Raccoon City. We're so back. Actually, what I don't like is that the protagonist is not a main character from any previous entry. So I hope there will be some cool cameos to compensate for that. So this is also a game to look out for in 2026. Last but not least, there are rumors online about a potential release of Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. Many sources indicate an early 2026 release, which would have been awesome on any other occasion if Booby would have released a single video game that is not a disaster in the last 2 years. This was taken from a Reddit post. Sounds absurd, I know, but it's not just Reddit. This has been confirmed by multiple sources, leading me to believe that it is finally happening. I have waited so long for this, and I'm happy that it's not a lazy remaster, it's a complete remake. Let's read the notes. The remake removes the modern day and replaces them with more content in Edward's pirate era. A few extra hours compared to the original. Okay. Gameplay will shift closer to the RPG style of newer Assassin's Creed games. That's a good change, I guess. Loot and gear stats for Edward. Okay. Inventory systems and combat leaning toward the RPG style rather than the choreographed combat of the original. Okay. No loading screens when moving between ship and land. That's a good one. Map is not bigger, but islands will be filled with more activities and side content. Expected to include cut content from the original, like parts of Mary Reed's storyline that were dropped in 2013. Okay. It's not on the same big budget remake level as Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 2, but more of a faithful reimagining with updates. Uses Ubisoft's new Anvil pipeline engine, same as Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, that game is beautiful, so I hope this one will be too. Release window. Okay, here we go. Currently targeted for early 2026, likely March, though some sources think it could slip to late 2026. Oh. They are reusing some assets from Skull and Bones to cut costs. Uh-oh, but it won't be obvious to players. Well, it's good or bad, I will let you decide. Now, if my memory serves me well, I remember remakes are better than original games in almost every aspect. I'm saying this because I doubt Booby will be able to make a good remake out of Black Flag, because it's not the same company anymore, let's be honest. Look at their last few games. Pirates, fucked. Star Wars, fucked. Last but not least, Samurai. Fucked. Some of the most beloved IPs in the entire industry, and somehow Booby found a way to fuck up. I'm sorry for the language, but I'm just frustrated and afraid for my old beloved game. Is it too early to shit on Ubisoft? Okay, it's too early. Alright guys, I'll wait until the official announcement, then we'll see. Alright guys, so that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Many more videos to come. Please subscribe to support my work. As you can see, I really need it. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment below. Cheers. Have a good day. Bye.